In episode 276, LeftHouse is supposedly joining us. We don't see him backstage yet, but he should be coming. Sparklet Wars 2.
Oh, did you remind him? I forgot about that.
I did remind him.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that was happening.
Sparklet Wars 2 is going on. Also, new announcements of where you can use Sparklet. Also, Miami expansion and more wobblers. Stay tuned for all the shenanigans.
Gonna be good.
The Upix podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the Metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.
Welcome to episode 276 of the Upland Property Experts podcast. I was entranced in Boydern's message that this is the first time they're watching live, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're theme song's over." So I'm too stupid to win, and as always, I'm joined by ThankMeLater. How we doing, brother?
What up? What is his block explorer? I'm not the only one that sees that, right?
I see it.
Right, Boydern, bro, come on now. I mean, that's probably not a block explorer, but like whatever it is, your icon, that's, you know what it is. What up? Real note in the house. Picasso in the house.
Staying up late. Appreciate it.
What up? Fast track.
We are.
It's a mushroom.
Absolutely happy. We are 20 days. We are 20 days into 31 Uplanders in 31 days. So that series
feels like it's been 400 days.
It hasn't been that bad for you, has it?
No, not for me. I can't even imagine on your end. Like, yeah, I just show up. This is literally all I've done is I wrote this sticky note of on even days I go first and odd days I go second. Like that's it. This is the extent of my prep is this single sticky note. That's it. That's all I got to do. Like, I don't do any of the other stuff. It's all you.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm texting LeftHouse now.
Oh, man. It is a show. So shout out while he's doing that. Who got some packs today?
I did not.
It's fucking slacker.
Dude, F-bomb 3 minutes and 6 seconds in.
No, I don't think that was like an F. Like it was like I feel like I didn't finish the word. It's like your brain finished the word. You got 24 packs. Get it. What are you, pirates? Like how are you getting happy MF or social?
Wow.
75K opted out. Real node, 7 packs in a cart. I think I got 10 packs in a cart. Lily in the house. I was buying on cooldown. Knights all the way. There you go. Boydern going hard for the Knights. Made about 350,000 selling cyborg assets. There's the money. That's where the money is. James says, what up? Go. Lily's on the Knights. You know what?
It's going to be close this time.
I'm going to be very transparent with my strategy. I saw the Knights. I hear the Knights. I think Elijah and the Knights overall are going to have a very strong showing. I think that they're growing a very good community. I think that the cyborgs are going to have an influx of new players who just are like, ooh, cyborgs, and like, bandwagon fans. And I'm going to kind of include myself in that. So here's the thing. I got Knights. I pulled Knights, and I was excited. I was going to go Knights, but then I was like, I really want to win. So then I joined Cyborgs because I think they're going to have the edge still. I think that coming from the momentum of season 1, they still have some big whales. I think that they still have a lot of the infrastructure and the coordination that was put in place in season 1. I think that's going to give them an edge. I think it's going to be a lot closer this season, but I really wanted to get that, whatever the mystery prize for switching teams is. And then strategically, next season, I'm almost certainly going to go Knights, because I think season 3, and especially depending on the city, Knights are going to take it. And I think, especially if there's that bonus gift for switching teams, like that's really what I'm chasing. I'm just chasing the bonus stuff. So I will almost certainly go Knights next round, and then probably swap between Knights and Cyborgs until Pirates get their act together. I think that's my plan for the tentative future.
So you're a bandwagon rider.
I'm an extra prize fiend. I don't actually. I'm honestly still anti-war. I'm really cautious of what this could do to the community. So I'm watching that. Nomad tactics. I like that. I don't want to embed myself to an individual community, because I really think that is going to start getting some dividing lines. Like, we're already seeing people are like die hard with their factions. And I worry that people aren't going to be able to see past that. And they're going to it's going to become toxic like it is in many gaming communities where you have factions. I played World of Warcraft for over a decade. The rivalry between Horde and Alliance was real. Like, if you were Horde, you didn't play Alliance. And if you were Alliance, you didn't play Horde. And that was it. And it created, standard elements, but it was toxic. So Upland has not really had something that created that kind of conflict outside of Spud Wars. And especially not something that has been consistent. So that'll be interesting. He's easily bought all the shiny things. My new name, Bang Pie. I am. I absolutely am. I follow the shiny. Absolutely, Lily. 100%. Which is probably why I'm a pirate. Like, a pirate at heart. First time pirate. Yeah.
Oh man. So that's. But you got all those chests too, so you can play defense all day long.
I did get a bunch of chests, yes. And I got a cart.
I thought you got.
And I bought a cart. I bought Mint 1.
Oh, okay.
I bought Mint 1 last week.
Yeah.
So sold it for profit, but no, I traded Cyborgs. I get what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, I would be curious. I actually have one of each of the passes as well, just as a collector, that I paid a pretty good penny for. But yeah, I think that's fair. I like the idea of people being able to swap. If you got pirates, you can't do that because no one wanted to be pirates. But yeah. Well, he actually did show up.
Yeah. You can count on him. Sometimes it's just, he's not always the promptest, but it's that lifestyle of artist, DJ.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
I totally forgot. So, I mean, that's
Dude, it was just Monday that we had him on.
No.
He was on
Dude,
Monday.
It was St. Patty's Day. You know how St. Patty's Day is. That you don't remember, for good reason, you don't usually want to remember what happened on St. Patty's Day. You wake up, parts of you are green that shouldn't be green. You're like, oh, do I go to the doctor or just try to shower this off?
That's usually the day after.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we had him on 3 days ago, but we said, let's jump on Thursday to talk more about this Whoopie yoppie whoopie
I-
yoppie.
So we'll talk about this after the LeftHouse interview. It's a fair question.
All right. So we do have the one and only LeftHouse. I think he's ready. Yep. All right. He's ready.
Hola.
What just happened there? Can you not? Do you not? Don't do like.
I thought it was set up.
It wasn't.
I
It
see
wasn't.
that.
Don't be weird.
I see
There
that.
you go. Is this what you
Thank
wanted
you.
to do?
That's what I wanted to do.
Holy cow! Like, could you not make it? You're
All right.
so
You're back,
awesome, bud.
LeftHouse.
Hello. I'm just trying to
Are
make
you in
myself
black
right.
and white?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah, it's like a
Jeez.
noir film, you know? Yeah, see? Yeah, that's what
You're gonna lose. Cyborgs are done. Oh,
I can
geez.
go to color if you guys prefer color. I've just been trying to do this retro thing lately when I'm doing my DJ sets live out of the LeftHouse Theater every night.
No, I like it. I was really just making sure I wasn't having a stroke. Is really.
Oh, I'm
was
glad
like-
you're not.
I was like, am I stroking out?
Thank you for wearing the Property Xperts uniform there. Thank me later.
Thank you.
Nice of you to show us
I-
uniform. Too
I
stupid. I don't know why you
appreciate you-
never wear it.
I appreciate you being in your 50s tracksuit. So
Thank you. Yeah, it's good. Very
Real
good. How we
trans-
doing?
train spotting vibe. Yeah, good reference. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, typically when I go out into the IRL and I'm at a bar or something like that, somebody always asks me, like, "Are you from Europe?" And then I say, "No, I'm from Chicago." And they go, "No, where are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from Chicago." So I just figured like I should just lean into it, you know, like they already
Yeah.
think I sound weird. I look like I'm European. So now I'm just like going to make it more confusing for people.
You should make up a country because Americans are dumb. You should just
Absolutely.
make up a European country and then make them feel really dumb for like, oh yeah, you've heard of it? We're really
Yeah.
famous for, and then like make up shit that you're famous for and like just totally sell them on it. That would be a fantastic bit.
That would be amazing. I just spilled lemonade all over the desk here. That's not good.
That is not good.
Right under the hard drives of my new movie. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Yeah, not the new movie.
What's that?
I said not the hard drives of the new movie.
I know. Thank God it's backed up. First time I backed up a movie in the history of making movies.
I got this backed up, so I'll just pour one out. And
I know. I usually have a rule, no drinks on the table, but I blew that one. We're good though. We're good. It's not that bad.
all right,
Could have been worse.
we're
Still got some
recovered.
lemonade left too.
Oh,
that-
look at
that's
that.
even better. Even better. Oh, it's about gone.
Principality of Sealand. Wait, is that the one that's like those like 7 huts in the middle of the ocean? That thing is weird.
What are we talking about?
Bordern says, look up Principality of Sealand. And I think there's this like country, it's just like 7 huts like in the middle of the ocean that
Okay.
like on an oil rig. Yeah, it's like, and they're like, yeah, we're our own country. We're like a sovereign nation.
I wonder if there's like any dialect coaches on YouTube that teach you the dialect of this place, like of the principality. What do they sound like? Do they have their own language? Like
I mean, no one knows. You can just make it up.
that's pretty good. All right, I'm moving the camera over here so I'm looking at you guys this time. Let's try that. Yeah, so now I'm looking at you. That's good.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's
There
much
we go.
better. Because otherwise I was like over here. Yeah, this is it.
All right,
This is filmmaking 101.
you got the
Oh,
shot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm waiting for like a small child to come out of that doorway and murder you. That's what I'm waiting for. That would really make this interview top notch.
It would probably get the best views, the best view counts you guys have ever had. If that
It would
did
be
happen.
off the charts. If
Yeah.
you could get
Murdered by a
knocked
child.
out, if you could be, what are the uncensored words? If you could be unalived by a small child live on camera, that would be fantastic for our show.
Yeah, it would be.
I tend to disagree.
You're not into
Really?
it.
I just don't want to see him unalived.
Well, I mean, I don't want to see that. Don't get me wrong. I would be devastated. But from a ratings perspective, I mean, at that point, we have to win broadcasters of the year. Like that would be my
2 years in a row. You guys going for it again? Is that what's happening?
I mean, that's why I assume that's why we're doing this craziness with 31 Uplanders in 31 days.
I was just doing it to shed a light on the wonderful community of Upland and how wide it is. Look at how many different people in different countries and different styles of play that we've had on the show. This is like the best, not a focus group that Upland could have, and we did it to them for free.
That's true.
That's a good point.
I do love the 31 Uplanders here. What was that? What's there?
It wasn't a small child.
Is there a small child back there?
No, it's a small dog.
Oh.
Small dog. Just had to deal with him for a second. Grab a small towel with a small lemonade cup, and we're back. All right, good to go. I thought it was 6:30 too. That's why I was late. I thought we were supposed to be at 6:30, and I'm like, I saw you were like, oh, we're going now. I was like, well, I've got 15 minutes. I can finish my rice. And then I look back at it. I'm like, I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to do that. So
no worries. But as we were talking on Monday, we were talking about indie and whoopie.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to dive down that rabbit hole with you. And we knew that series wasn't the spot, but we had a couple days later with Thursday. So tell us more about this. Let's really dive down this rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, cool. I did a little stream this morning or this afternoon. I did it yesterday. It was like the guide to whoopie. And then when I watched it back yesterday, I like 15, 20 minutes, just no sound at all, just me like talking quietly, showing stuff. So I redid the show again today, and it was a lot of fun because I was like going through the theater, doing a tour of that as well, showing that to the people. And as I turn around, like my partner from Indikin is standing like right there in the lobby. And I'm like, oh, wow, let's go see who this is. And then I'm like, oh, Tom, it's Tom, and I'm like talking to him. I'm like, he probably can't hear me. He's probably in the other room and stuff. But when I watched it back, he's standing there going, hello, like right in my face. But I couldn't hear because you can't mic up, the stream mic. And then, so it's got a little technically confusing. But it was really funny to watch back, though. But so essentially, Indikin is an on-chain film studio that has been created over the last 2 years. I joined the mission about a year ago. And it was sort of like my mission initially when I found crypto was to build a community, like an on-chain community, something for filmmakers. That's why I created the Left token and all that stuff. But then, like right when that happened, that's when like the gas prices of that last bull run, the 2021 started. And then like Ethereum's gas prices went up. So everything that I was doing or was about to do just got super expensive. And at the same time, I was introducing Mars Utah and Recoyer to each other because I knew them. I met them both separately in Upland, and both of them were like, yeah, I want to start a comic book. And I was thinking about doing some like sign business type thing. And I'm like, wow, you guys should talk. And then, we all got together and created Metaverse. And then I was off to the races on that and kind of other projects, so to come back around to, a film-centric project on chain and have like when I met my main partner, it was like everything that he was doing was like much farther along than I was. And so I was like, I don't want to do what I'm doing. I just want to work for you. And he's like, why don't you just be my partner in this? And now there's 5 partners, all filmmakers. And the idea is each filmmaker has a token. My token is Whoopie. And Whoopie is all of this is happening on Pulse Chain. The tokens side of Indikin is happening on Pulse Chain. If you want to watch movies, we have a partnership with Rad TV, which is on the base chain, like Coinbase's layer 2. And that you can find like Rad TV on like Apple TVs, Roku, like the PlayStations. It goes out to all sorts of different places. So, yeah, as far as like the filmmakers, we all have a token. Mine's Whoopie. Whoopie was a currency in the Star Wars universe. It's Jabba the Hutt's currency on Tatooine. And it's only said like once in a movie. They show one of the tokens in the Mandalorian episode, and there's like a video game level where, it's something to do with Whoopie. And I just love it because nobody can say it. You got to learn to say Whoopie. It's like a weird try it. Go, let me see how you do.
Whoopie.
Okay, but you bastardized it the first time you said it when you were announcing it. Just to be fair,
Because you got to be funny with it.
it's hard to say, but once you learn it, it just.
I mean, once you know, like if you see that word written, there's no way I'm pronouncing that word.
I'm
like
a
if
dyslexic man, so I can appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you learn it though, it's like velvet off the tongue. You know, you feel
it feels like I'm saying vomit. Like if the feeling of throwing up could be put into a word, it would be that word.
Let me see you say it. Let's try. Go for it.
Whoopie oopie. Like I feel like
beautiful.
But I want to. It feels like I'm throwing up. Like it activates my gag reflex. I don't like.
Strangely, you gave me butterflies in my belly when you said it. Like I got a little like ooh, you know, like so different reactions.
You get that funny feeling in your tummy.
I'm gonna make an OnlyFans and just say that over and over again.
You probably could. There's some freaks out there for sure. So let me explain to you a little bit more about how this Indikin stuff works with these filmmaker tokens and stuff. It's pretty.
That's a great question that I was going to ask.
Were you about to ask that?
Yeah, but go ahead. It's awesome. I was going to say. So
I can wait.
No, you asked it already.
Okay, yeah. I just know it's important because it's like the key genius to the whole sort of deal. So Indikin, the token is Indy. And all of our filmmaker tokens are bonded to liquidity pools to Indy and each other and other tokens too on Pulse
For the
Chain.
non-crypto people out there, what does bonded to the Indy token mean? So break that down really quick for us.
I can do that. Okay, so we all know what Sparklet is, right? Like Sparklet's our token in the in-game. And then like if you go to, where is it? Like BitMEX, is that the exchange, one of the exchanges it's on? Or Uniswap, you can go swap it over there, right? But if you're, when you're swapping it, say you're swapping Sparklet for Ethereum, right? Or if you're trading it, like it depends on what you're trading it in. Let's say it's it's usually Ethereum, right? So, or USD, Tether, whatever token that has a pair with it, that's how you can actually trade that token. You take two tokens, you put them together, it makes a liquidity pool. So all the people that are buying and selling can, that's where it's kind of like the bank of that pair, right? So people can get in and out of that token, and you can pair tokens together out there. Like when Sparklet came about, they paired it with ETH. I'm sure it's paired with Tether. I don't know what other tokens it's out there paired to, but so once you do that, once you start bonding a bunch of these together, it's almost like becomes like an index. They start to support each other. They all kind of rise together. They fall together. If one does really well, the other, they'll pull up each other. And in that whole process, every time there's a buy and a sell, there's a 1% tax that's on the buy and the sell, which that tax is it pays to all the holders holding the Indy token. So if you're holding that and anybody goes and buys and sells that token, you for holding it will get a share of that 1% of the token. So since, like the company Indy holds the majority of the supply at this point, we're gaining the majority of that tax token. And that's what's going to fund the filmmakers and the projects going forward. So it's kind of genius because it's like a token. It's not affecting the Indy token or the filmmaker tokens that are attached to it when we do pay out. It's not like paying out directly from the Indy token, which would make a big drop in the price and the charts and all that stuff. It's like kind of separate from its side from the deal. So that's essentially the stripped down basic version of how it works without getting too nerdy. And I already got too nerdy, I think, with that.
That was the not too nerdy version.
Right. Well, I mean, crypto stuff, like, the thing about DeFi, like all of the decentralized finance tools that are coming out, like it's like brand new stuff, it's like, so it takes a moment for like the community or a crowd to get it. And then once it's kind of hive mind amongst like that first core of people, it starts to spread out. And then somebody comes up with a genius idea to build another tool on top of that tool, and it's starting to spread, it's starting to become more tangible and more from like 4 years ago till now, like, like it's just so like participating in these systems and even like a lot of the games on Wax and all that stuff. Like, I feel like it's important if you're in crypto to like play around with these things because you're helping the progression of the advancement of these tools, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah. It's like when they had veggie burgers at McDonald's. If you were a vegetarian, even though you don't want to go to McDonald's, like maybe every once in a while you should have gone and bought that veggie burger so it'd still be on that damn shelf, you know, because I used to eat it, but there wasn't enough freaks in there going in and trying to buy the veggie burger. So they discontinued it on January 1st, 2000. Can you believe that? The year 2000.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't just Y2K and it just deleted it from the menu by accident?
I think it was the Mandela effect, actually, that erased it from the menu.
Yeah, probably.
Gross.
Gross.
But now I don't go to McDonald's anymore, so that's probably better for my health.
Yeah,
Probably.
There's no way that their veggie burger was healthy.
It was like a Boca burger. They weren't making it there, you know. It's just like already packaged from some other company.
Yeah.
So
Trash.
with the indie token, with all these filmmakers, are the movies going on the blockchain, or it's just something to fund independent filmmaking? You know,
Yeah, the like I was saying, the Rad TV, that's our distribution deal that I mean, like that's on base, but they're working to open it up. They're on base on Binance. I can't remember which other one they're on, but they're doing 2 other layer 2s, and then they're going to add us Pulse Chain to it. So then we can like have people buy, you know, direct with the indie token. That'll be available at that point.
Right,
but
so
right
then,
now it's like you got to go and, you know, you spend base on it. And then as far as like the mechanics go, we bridge it back over into the treasury.
So like, could I go buy some of your token? I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
whoopee,
Yeah,
whoopee.
you can say it.
Whoopee whoopee. Whoopee whoopee.
Like how much would a token cost me?
Oh, I mean, it's like 0.00000 something of I got to look it up. I don't even know the price of my own token because I don't even care about that stuff too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it does, like, the chart is nice. As everything's been chaos on Pulse Chain, mine's been steadily sort of growing as it's moving up. So it's nice. It's fun to watch. Let's see, 0.0001131 is the price right now. So it's cheap.
So if I gave you $100, I would be rich.
Yeah, you'd have a nice bag of whoopee.
Women in the whoopee.
Oh my God, you're starting to enjoy it now. I can tell. You said it there with a little bit more positivity.
I really I had to hold down my dinner. Like I was just like, oh, I could feel it coming.
Not
up.
that bad.
Who's this?
Schiller? Is LeftHouse a Schiller? Absolutely not. He is the furthest thing from a Schiller that could exist. He's not shilling anything.
Yeah, no. I'm just I'm more of a creator, artist, you know, weirdo that is trying.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, City Pigeon. I'm with City Pigeon. Your Blair Witch style cameras.
Is it freaking you out? I can take off the.
It's not freaking me out. It's just like.
All right, yeah, I'll take the director or the cinematographer mode off here.
Yeah, like
it's a little much, right?
It's a lot.
I started counting how often it switched between frames and then just started doing the shaky zoom, and it was about every couple.
Oh, yes, it's better. So it's not going to move around now. So.
All right, yeah, there we go. Like we're literally losing audience. Like,
I mean, you know, it's like
his films are better than his interviews. Everybody,
Thank you.
Don't judge it. Don't.
There you go.
So what films are we going to see with from indie?
You're not supposed to buy anything, human. You watch his videos. He's got the first movie studio in Upland. You can go watch his movies in Upland.
Yeah, and you can go watch. There's 3 screens. There's 3 different projects up on the walls. You know, my film Rabbit Hole is in the back room. In the main theater, you have a movie called Samples of Society by Hal Samples. And I really, really recommend going and watching that. If you walk into the main theater, it's the one on the right side. It's like there's a guy with a beard and a hat, and there's like the little YouTube button you got to push. but it's a feature film. My partner, he shot this movie where he followed a homeless guy around for almost 20 years. And in the process of that, Banksy gets involved in it. Like the homeless guy lived in this tank, this crazy tank. And there was like a little hole on the top of the tank that you could crawl in and out of. Once you crawled inside, it was pimped out. Surround sound, like beautiful couch, like a carpet. It was an amazing home that this guy built. But the crazy thing about it was, like, to get that couch into this tank, he had to dismantle everything that was in there, had to be dismantled and shoved down that hole and then rebuilt inside the thing. And so it's like a water tank on the side of the right leading up to the ocean, it's the coast of California. And Banksy sees it, walks up to it and goes, "Hey, this looks like an elephant." And he writes, "This looks like an elephant" on the side of it. And then all of a sudden, media attention. That little do they know that this amazing homeless artist lives inside. And my partner's in there filming him while all this hysteria, like that's just to give you a little slice of it. But it like I said, it takes place over 20 years, and it's magic. It'll touch your heart, and it'll blow your mind too. But so that's one of them. One of my other partners, Tom Peter.
What the address to see these movies is?
Oh, it's 470 Peninsula in San Francisco.
There you go, 470 Peninsula. Also, I think Almost Human is like on a 15-minute delay now, because he's mentioning your veggie burgers are trash. That was like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, veggie burgers never last. They have their moments in the sun, and then.
I like what Arby's has done. Have you seen what Arby's has done?
No, what do they got going on? I love Arby's.
They've made vegetables out of meat. So like carrots, so it looks like carrots, but it's meat. So
Get
it's like
out of here. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So they're fighting back. They're going back.
Fighting this anti-meat, because their whole thing is we have the meats. So like
so does it taste like a carrot, but it's just meat?
It's made out of meat, yeah.
Yeah. So, but does it have that carrot taste?
I don't know. I think they just made it just a troll.
Yeah. But I'm hoping they went all the way, like, because like those veggie burgers now, they're like, oh, they taste like real meat. It's like, oh, this tastes like a real carrot. Wow, that'd be really. That would
be. It would like that. I would be impressed.
Now,
Arby's got banned in
Mexico. Wow.
Why? Because it's that bad. It's that low grade of meat, really. Probably.
That's impressive.
Probably.
That makes me love Arby's that much more.
Yeah.
Like, you get banned in Mexico. Like, how hard are you going that you get banned in Mexico?
Yeah, I'm not a vegetarian anymore, but I was for 20 plus years. And when I quit eating meat, I swear to God, it was only Arby's that I craved for about a good 7 years into that, where I'd be like, God, I just need the king. I just need a roast beef, like kind of scratch for. But it's really about the sauce. The Arby's sauce is so good, and it doesn't work on any other thing in the world. Fries, get out of here. It's gross. Try to put on a burger, ruins it. Hot dog, yuck. Like the Arby's roast beef sandwich. Because I used to steal those bottles and take them home.
Weirdly true, yeah.
It doesn't work on anything.
Never contemplated all that. And what's streaming on the third screen in the movie theater?
The other one is it's the episode 1 of a docu-series called Hexicans and the Value of Money, which is created by Tom Peter Gillespie of Australian television. And this guy's made, I don't know how many documentaries inside the crypto space. He's working on his new series now, the Degen Doco, as he refers to it, the Degen Generation. That's what it is. And he's kind of interviewed everybody in the crypto space, like the bosses of your favorite, the biggest companies. I think shy of Satoshi, he's talked to everybody. So and this project that he's working on, it's like been 2 years in the making. So it's coming out soon. Well, yeah, probably later in the year. But so like there's then we have 2 other filmmakers that are more into the development stage of their projects, Dr. Teed and Lola. Well, Lola's amazing. Lola's actually a puppet. She's got charisma. She's a little child, but she's like a puppet, But like I can talk to Lola for hours. It's insane. Sometimes Lola will call me up in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, interrupts my 90-day fiance. But now I'm having like this amazing show from this puppet on my phone. It's incredible.
Are you currently making any movies?
Thank you.
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking, Peppy. Pappy 777. There's a lot of names in here. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I see the Shack Attack is in there though. Yeah, I'm making a movie right now. I'm making a film. It's very close to being finished. I'm literally like doing the Babe Ruth thing with this one. Where's the pointer?
Calling your shot.
Calling your shot.
Yes, like for real. Like this, I call this the greatest thing that I've made. Period in life. Better than any other movie. Better than any song I made. Better than a dinner, love, poop. Anything that I've ever made, this I think is this is it. This is the top of the top for me. The film is called Elizabeth and Mexican Boy, and I shot it in Chicago, and it is a dark comedy about my dead dad, basically, or about me dealing with the death of my father, and it's hilarious. It really is.
I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't be.
It's pretty psychedelic, at a time. So basically it's like, I'm like alone in this house and my father's haunting me every night. And, in real life and in the movie, like I didn't go to the funeral. And so it's like the first time I'm in the state, the city where he's buried. And it's kind of like scary for me to like go and visit this grave sort of. And it almost becomes kind of like Shakespearean in a way. Like it's almost like to pee or not to pee on the grave, when I get there or whatever. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm not going to tell you what happens. But that is a little bit of what Elizabeth the Mexican Boy is about. Can you hit the applause button or something, or something like that? That's too weirdly quiet there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to process.
I don't know.
The name.
I don't. Yeah, I'm confused, but I'm confused by every aspect of what I just heard. But I'm also oddly intrigued. Yeah, like if it came from your mind and you're calling your shot on it.
Can I make that a T-shirt for you?
Yes.
I mean, I think that's the name of this week's episode? Question mark. I don't know.
As far as the title goes for the film, it is explained all over the film. But I guess if I want to give you guys, I don't know. I mean, I can. I'll give you a little bit of where it comes from. It's a story my father told me, and it's a game that my father and one of my younger brothers used to play.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Say it again. Say it again.
Wait, say what again?
The name of the movie.
Oh, Elizabeth and Mexican Boy.
Elizabeth and Mexican Boy?
Yes.
Not the Mexican Boy.
No,
it's Elizabeth.
The ampersand,
Elizabeth and just Mexican Boy.
Yes. That is correct.
And it's a game that your dad and your dad and your little brother would play.
That's right. This is correct. Yeah.
And that leads to a dark comedy where you may or may not pee on his grave.
Kind of something like that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the information that you've given us and recapping it.
Yeah.
For the audience.
Right. I can here. I'll put it. I can't.
I like how absolutely delayed human is at this point. The sauce. He's on the sauce. He probably is on the sauce tonight because bro, holy moly!
One of the reasons I just shared a link to you so you can see the first poster for the movie. It's in the private chat. I would share it in the regular comments, but I couldn't connect to the thingy.
I don't.
There's a little breakdown of the movie there that is a more more hyper telling of what I just told you, but I think it'll be like, oh wow, it is very I think why it works so well, is because it's so honest and it's so raw and real in that way. I was so scared to show it to my brother and my sister, because it's our family stories, but very intertwined into this film,
Yeah.
So it's just like, what are they gonna say, or how's this gonna go? But all has been like extremely positive. But it's like, okay, like I was showing it to a friend, a real early rough cut of it to a friend of mine, and his mom had passed away from cancer too. And I remembered that like halfway through the movie, and I was like, oh wait. And as I looked over, he was just like wrecked, and it was just like, I got excited. I was like, oh yes, this movie's gonna punch people right in the face, like in a good way though. It's therapeutic punching of in the face. I feel like if you've lost somebody from some, in this type of way, I feel like it'll probably hit home.
All right. I can read this, right? Aloud.
Please read it.
The audience. Okay.
I mean, the image, hold on. I just have to say this. The image made me think that this was going to be the sequel to Speed Racer, because that little boy, that is Speed Racer. Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So this explains it a little better for you there. Thank me later. Elizabeth.
I read it. I just couldn't get over Speed Racer being the lead.
Elizabeth, the Mexican Boy, starts as a documentary with filmmaker Brian McGuire turning the lens on himself, only for the lines between reality and fiction to blur into a raw narrative. The film dives into grief, family ties, personal transformation with unflinching emotion. After a wrenching breakup and the death of his father, Rhino, whose funeral Brian couldn't face, the filmmaker is adrift, couch surfing and unmoored. He takes refuge at his older brother's Chicago home, where nightly visions of his father's ghost force him to confront buried pain and defiance. Seeking escape, Brian throws himself into electronic music, reviving his rusty DJ skills, but a reality TV show about online couples soon captivates him, mirroring his own longing for connection. As he wrestles with whether to visit his father's grave, the story builds to a cathartic peak of self-reckoning and renewal. Fusing dark humor, experimental style, and deep vulnerability, Elizabeth the Mexican Boy is a stark, honest portrait of a man chasing inner peace. McGuire's journey, messy, funny, and tender, makes for a striking cinematic blend of documentary roots and narrative pool. More details and info coming soon.
There it is. Doesn't that sound like a date night film? One you want to take, like go on a first date too?
Definitely some Netflix and chill there.
Yeah.
There's so many things I wanted to scream out of what happens in the film, but I can't. You know what I mean? Like I'm like dying to like give you guys Easter eggs, but I can't do it. I keep it shut.
No. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna watch it when it comes out, but I might. I don't know.
Okay, so the poster, just to give you a little bit of the poster, like that story, Elizabeth the Mexican Boy, is a story of a game that my father and my younger brother used to play. So it comes from like the mind of a child, like it's a fantasy. So like that poster in my mind is sort of like, it's obviously a game that my younger brother invented, came up with, right? So I sort of like look. I like
you say that, like obviously, like I have no idea. I'm scared to ask, honestly, because I'm afraid it involves someone in your family putting on a dress and doing illegal things. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. Nothing illegal. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nothing like that. You're safe.
Nothing.
What kind of pervert do you think I am, man? I mean, I'm not that kind.
I mean, not judging. Everybody's got their own journey.
Oh,
maybe you should judge child. You might want to judge that kind of behavior.
Have you guys? Okay, I should probably know who this lady is. Candace something or other. She does podcasts.
Candace Owens.
Yeah. Have you seen this thing she's done about the French president? Oh my gosh, where it's about the French president's wife. Well, first of all, they got married when he was 15. She was his teacher. But then she might be a dude and she might be his dad. It's insane.
That's a hard one to follow.
Yeah, no, it's I feel like it would be right up your alley of crazy insanity. But yeah, she did like a 6-part. I just started it. It sounds insane, but
so wait, Candace Owens like produced it or something, or she's like hosting it or something?
There's just like 6 episodes. She does like a podcast It's investigating it.
Oh, okay. It's
Becoming
like an
Bridget.
investigative thing.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who she is.
Crazy.
So
see, I won't be watching that.
no, I don't. I mean,
I wouldn't watch that.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
Yeah.
The only thing I really watch, I mean, I'll watch some movies, but I watched the 90 Day Fiance universe. That's the only television I watch. Well, no, I'm watching that. What's that HBO show that's really good? It's on the island. That one's really good. The resort show that everybody's into right now.
Wait, what? What is that?
I was the one to call it Baby Acapulco, but it's not that. It's called White Lotus. White Lotus.
White Lotus.
White Lotus. Yeah. My wife.
Good Lord, it's good.
I gotta get on that. No, the 90 Day Fiance stuff. Yeah, that's on. And I don't understand that there's always 2 seasons going at all time.
Always, yeah.
As soon as the season ends, another one is started, and there's always 2 happening.
Yeah, yeah. I love that about it because it just keeps you're in it. You're in the universe.
Oh my gosh, man.
No break.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Gino. I can't there's so many. I can't even.
Desmond and Gino. Yeah. Okay, so you're in it.
Oh yeah. No.
Last Resort. Are you watching Last Resort?
Yeah. Sunday and Monday, they're on. We watch them religiously.
I love that you're a 90 dayer. I didn't know that about you. That makes me so happy. Yeah. Incredible stuff. Yeah. Last Resort's been amazing. There's been some highly quality episodes.
Yeah.
How much do you love the Florian whistle?
Dude, dude, I can't with Florian. No.
Oh, we're leaving too stupid out here. He's he has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I had a little visitor.
I thought you were going to say, no, I'm a blind date guy. I don't do 90 Day. I'm a blind date guy.
Ooh, Severance is a good show.
Severance. Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me that's pretty damn fun.
It's really, it's one of those ones that really makes you think. And then you find out there's so many layers to it. Plus the cinematography, they talk about how they do some of these shots and it takes, they're pushing the limits on some cinematography stuff as well, which I think you would appreciate more than the average person.
Gotcha,
it's very non-standard. It's not like any other TV show you've ever watched. And there's so many uneasy elements to it. It's fantastic.
The only thing I'm hearing is it's kind of got a little bit of that show Lost. It's kind of got a little bit of that vibe where it's just kind of crazy. One new thing pops up. You're like, where's this going? Which I liked Lost. Lost was fun till the last few seasons. I was like, God, when will this end?
I feel like this is much smarter than Lost.
Okay. Yeah,
Lost was fun and whatever. This is if you actually if you dig deeper than just the surface, it'll really make you start questioning things. It pushes your mental ability to process. Because do you know the premise of it?
No.
So the premise is there's a new thing. It's called Severance, and you can sever yourself. So when you go to work, you just go into an elevator, you go down, and then the next thing you know, you're coming back out from work. And so you have an innie and an outie. But that means your innie only exists at work. And so they've woke up at work. They only know work. They leave for the end of the day and then immediately start back. They don't experience the outside world at all. And then what they actually have them doing for the work is super bizarre. But that's just the tip. That's just the interesting wrapper that the rest of this incredible drama. And it's got Christopher Walken in it.
That's what I've heard. The cast is great.
The cast is amazing. I
love the Walken. I love me some Walken.
Oh man,
funny man.
And I don't know who the guy. He does. I call him Sneaky. He's in Billy Madison. He's in a bunch of stuff, but he plays the butler in Billy Madison.
There's a Billy Madison 2 coming. I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Scary. It can't be good, right? Can't be.
I can't imagine. Like I don't
really
even know.
wanted to. I know I'm going to watch it, but it can't be good. First one was so gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you run that back though? I mean,
I know it's scary. Scary move.
like, why try and ruin it? What? It's pushing 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like he does still make good movies, the Sandler. You know,
Yeah.
like I see here and there. I like Pixels a lot. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
Oh, the video game, like
Yeah, that one was
yeah.
shocking. It shocked me how good how much I enjoyed it. And then I
Yeah.
like the one where he was the Keebler elf. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Keebler elf. He was the shoe guy, the shoemaker,
Oh,
a
the
Keebler.
cobbler?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was not an elf. It's the cobbler. Not
Yeah.
a Keebler? Were those cookie dudes? Did they make shoes too?
I don't know.
No, Keebler? Keep the Keebler elves?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't a Keebler somebody that makes shoes, or is that a cobbler?
Cobbler. Come on, you know.
That's a pie, though. Cobbler's a dessert, you know. Like
Yeah, that
cobbler.
is confusing. Cobbler is a pie, but also the people that make shoes, but a Keebler makes desserts, but not shoes.
Yeah, they should be the one making the
Yeah,
shoes.
Keeblers should be making cobbler, and a cobble should be making a Keebler. Let's be honest.
Yeah, or a shoe. They could just call them shoemakers, maybe. You know, so just avoid this confusion
I
altogether.
guess that doesn't sound very interesting.
Oh yeah, welcome to Miami. I thought we're opening a new part of Miami.
Yeah. Opening a new
happening
part of
this week?
Miami. Adding 23 neighborhoods, 15,000 properties.
23 neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That's big.
Taking it from a tier 4 to a tier 3 for the treasure hunting folks out there, and it will take it to 75% open.
Wow.
They did flip around the collector's pass this time, so every city has the $5 collector pass, but this one actually grants you access to 2 exclusive sales. So you can get a high value properties pre-sale bundle and a Block Explorer sale just exclusive to the people that get the collector's pass, and there's only 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys you guys got your eyes on anything down there in Miami? Or are you guys sorted already from the first?
I'm not a big Miami person.
No.
I got money, and just because I got money in Miami, all these cities will be sought after as the game grows and expands and new people come in and partnerships and all that fun stuff. So I might go play a little in Miami, pick some stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple down there. So I probably will not this time. But I guess I'm waiting. Like I really want them to do Austin, Texas. That would be really fun for me. Yeah, since I grew up there or you spent some time there.
Is that where your dad's buried, or
what's that?
Is that where your dad's buried, or
No, Chicago. I'm from Chicago, but I moved to Texas to Austin like in 7th grade, like 11 years old or something like that. And so my father stayed in Chicago. My mom was in Texas, and then my mom's in Austin again too. Like she moved back to Chicago, but she's back in Austin now. So
Gotcha.
Always both cities have sort of been in my life.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that would be a fun one. I hope they do it. I mean, it's such a big tech city and all that stuff too, that you would think that they would have a couple buddies over there. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do Austin already" or something, But
Yeah, it'll come. I think it'll
show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not stressed on it.
Yeah.
What about boats though?
We got airplanes that don't fly yet.
They don't fly?
No.
Why not?
I mean,
I don't know.
Oh, okay. We don't. Nobody's like Uplando's not like yelling at them every day, like, "How come my airplane doesn't fly yet?" or something like that. And then they'd at least have an explanation of why they're not flying.
Probably would, but no. I don't even think anybody cares.
Oh, okay.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's even airplane. How do we get? Weren't we supposed to get an airplane? Do I have an airplane? How do I get an airplane?
And so, what do you mean by flying? Because I would have just assumed, like, oh, you have an airplane, you would like
it's the same thing as a car.
You'd be able to fly to another city and kind of get a little animation, like you would, and then you 1 hour later, or whatever, 45 minutes later, you land. But you're actually going to get to fly these babies?
No.
No.
Until maybe just like car racing, they'll introduce like the Red Bull circuit where you do stunt flying.
Okay. That should be done.
No, probably not. Why don't they just get racing to work consistently? That
What's
would be
the problem with racing?
I don't know. There's always, it feels like there's always, we don't have Mass Chef this week, but it feels like there's always something.
They added
Always
a
a
rearview
technical
mirror.
glitch, something that they're building.
Upland Flight Simulator, yeah.
Oh, that's happening?
No,
No.
Drifter just said it.
And
I mean, isn't it kind of, I mean, how much is it on like us, meaning the community? Like, are we the ones that are supposed to be building these
Probably.
such things out like that?
Well, I mean, there's not enough airplanes in the game to even like start with blocking. I mean, like start with the basic stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one's mastered a good layer 2. I include myself in that tried and true, attempting. No one's really figured out that secret sauce yet. So planes would be putting the cart before the horse kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
now the bigger news, well, the important news, if you were in one of the top cities that finished in the X stack and you're getting rewards, so that's London, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, they'll receive their airdrops on March 25th, but it's going to be directly to the base chain. You have to fill out a form and opt out to have it directly deposited in Upland for you. So you definitely want to go to the Medium article, fill out the forms to opt out. So you want your airdrop within Upland. So you have till Monday to do this.
Sparklet airdrop.
Yeah.
And you get it in your base wallet.
If you participated in the X stacks and were in the leaderboards on Los Angeles, London, and San Francisco.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So
I think, I mean, I give that 2 thumbs down.
now it is, I do like that they have that it's available on base. The more places that it's available, the better. And base is, they have lower transaction fees. So
so they bridge to base then.
yeah.
Okay. That was a good move. It's too bad they didn't start there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that they need to allow us to make tokens in Upland. Like make our own tokens.
Some people already have their sidechain tokens that they're integrating with Upland, probably in not the best way.
Oh, how are people doing that? That sounds like that's not supposed to be being done, and they're doing it.
I don't know. I've heard of some.
So what, like they're selling their 3D map assets for their own token or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, you're right. I did hear about that.
Yeah, so that's another reason why they should open it up and take control over that by allowing us to do this. You know what I mean? Like there's mechanics and things that could be put in play that, like, say if they allowed us to make tokens and stuff, like then it was like you were trading it back with Sparklet. There could be things that could be done that could burn some portion of the supply of Sparklet. Because, like, what is the supply? Is it endless minting on it, or?
No, I think it has in the white paper. Like they have the pools, and it's a limited amount.
Yeah, there's a finite number then. There's things that could be done that could attract like trader, that kinds of, or people that are into DeFi and investing and staking and all, there's things they could do if they were looking to bring in people from the space of crypto.
Yeah. Yep.
I know that doesn't interest you at all. ThankMeLater.
No, it's not at all.
But I mean, so since Upland, I mean, you're a mobile games guy, you always said. So are there other mobile games that you are playing at this time, or like from before Upland that you still play now?
Like I've been playing Hearthstone for probably since it came out, like over a decade. I love that. There's a new game. It's only on PC now, but it'll be there later. That is called The Bazaar. Which actually might be an NFT game. at some point, which is kind of cool. Yeah, there's going to be a new Dune MMO RPG that I'm probably going to play a bit with Cheese and team when that comes out. I love games in general. Like I'm a big gamer through and through. So yeah, that's what I'm spending my time on.
Yeah, right on. I'm just wondering, like, out of all some of these other kind of mobile games that you've played for a long time, like what is it that makes it, keeps you coming back, and then like, do you see what keeps you coming back to Upland at this point, or do you not have a choice at this point? You're so intertwined into it, like that you're like, I hate it, but I just got to do it every day.
No, I don't. It's the community. The community is the only reason I do this.
Yeah, amen. Yeah,
like the people, like this podcast has kept me engaged. Like doing this show every week. So like that's honestly why I'm still here. And Genesis Week. Holy crap. Because I realized like we're going on towards the top of the hour. There's so much we didn't get to talk to about this week yet of the Sparklet Wars stuff. But Genesis Week, I'm just going to call it now. If Upland doesn't do Genesis Week.
Wait, what? That's the rumor?
Well, it's not a rumor. It's just they haven't announced it yet, and it's several weeks past when they had announced it previously. So if they don't do Genesis Week, I'm very concerned. Like I'm going to have red flags all over the place. Like that is absolutely the biggest, most important event to the community. I don't care what you do. You sacrifice everything else. You make that happen. And B, I would go on the record, Upland, do not use any part of Genesis Week as part of your April Fool's bit. Upland loves April Fool.
Oh, that would be a mistake.
Do not do it.
No.
Like you can joke about changing miles and get dizzy to have a spasm. You can double bluff Bermuda and
but
get
you can't say no Genesis Week on April Fools.
You can't mess around with Genesis Week on April Fools. Don't do it. It won't be funny. It will not be received well by the community. We've waited too long. So no, like don't do it. I'm telling you now. I'm warning you now. It will go over like a turd in the punch bowl. If that's what you guys are waiting for is some sort of clever, funny April Fools, we're having Genesis Week in Bermuda, don't do it. Like, don't be like, oh, we're not doing it. April Fools, we are. Like, don't do it.
Oh, don't.
Wait a minute. So, like, if they stop doing it, the world just disappears, right?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Like there's no like, oh, it just will run by itself. It'll just be up doing its thing, and it's no. And like if they could pull the plug, and we could be left without a world. That's scary.
Yeah, like that would be like, I don't know, crisis mode. Like I just go, what's going on? Like I don't feel like there's any explanation that they could give, budget cuts or we're going to do a virtual meetup. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not, Upland. It cannot cost you that much to rent a tiny room at the Sahara. Like, even if you had to cancel like the extra activities and you had to cancel the drinks night and you had to cancel the CE brunch, even if you had to strip it down to just renting a ballroom for 2 days, do it. I don't care what it takes. Do it. But
and think about it. We pay for our ticket. And so, we pay for our ticket. They do a city launch. They have some blocks. They have stuff to buy. So it generates revenue and people hype it up and talk about it. So it's not like it can't be that big of a negative loss on the books.
And it's where people connect. It's where the biggest like new push for layer 2s come in with, like, even if they don't do the hackathon, like the collaborations and the in-person networking that happens at Genesis Week is paramount to the success of Upland for the rest of the year, because literally it's 6 months of like the adrenaline rush after it, and then 6 months of talking about how excited you are for the next one. And if you get rid of that tentpole moment in your year, you go flat, and it is dire. Like, I can't stress it enough. I'm trying not to be like, scream fire in a crowded theater, because they could just be waiting to get the final things and announce it, and maybe
they used to announce it in February, then they announced it last year was March 4th, so it was getting later and later. Now we're looking at March 20th, and people need to make plans, especially the international people. The quicker that they have deets, they can get their flights scheduled ahead of time.
Yeah. Have they done any AMA streams or anything as of late, or they've been kind of quiet? And
they do their Friday updates, but
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anything permanently ever come out of? No, I don't think anything has. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I guess. Thank you for saying that. I do. I mean, again, in our interviews, the overwhelming response from people of why people are here, it's the community. It's all those supportive members like Almost Human, and just their unbelievably good comments that just make us coming back.
Yes.
Thank you for your support.
He just wants to know where to buy the sweater from. He wants to buy one.
Oh, yeah. I got it from his mom's house, so.
He legit wanted to buy the sweater. He's like, where'd you get it? And you have to go that way. Oh, all righty. Yeah. Now, hopefully we do hear something soon. I'm surprised it's gone this long, and I know it makes a lot of people in the community uneasy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time. I had a good time last year.
Yeah. I've had a good time every year. Even the year that I flew in, did the show, and flew out, had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I found out when we were at the rehearsal dinner, my soon-to-be brother-in-law that I was marrying the next day, he's like, you could have stayed an extra day and flew in, caught the red eye, and been there to marry us on Saturday. I'm like, I will kill you.
Yeah, wasn't that the year that all the football players showed up?
Yes.
And
Loyal Doyle, and yeah.
Oh man, that was a good year. Yeah, you missed it. You missed a good year.
I did.
Yeah.
Too fun.
All right.
Well, should we do this again tomorrow, or you guys got another interview tomorrow, huh?
We got more 31 Uplanders in 31 days.
Very cool.
And that's what I wanted to say also. I did find it interesting that Miami's being released between seasons, because you have you get the 4 badges during the release of an expansion or a new city. You have all these block explorers. Yes, they go to your overall collector score, but they don't go to your season collector score. And it's releasing next week. What's the difference of another week to get it in season to help drive up the season collector scores?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Now, that's the pain in my eyes is because I put my dog down yesterday, if you really want to know.
We almost made it the whole show without you. Jesus.
I was good until they said that. So I'm just being honest with our audience.
Oh my God.
Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
He was a great dog, 13 years old. So he had a good life, but yeah.
Pour some out for the homie.
Oh, now Almost Human's gonna steal your Twitter vest.
He's on it. He's on it today.
He's on it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Almost Human. Who is this Almost Human? He's pretty rowdy. I like him.
Always rowdy.
Always action.
Yeah.
Very good.
Always rowdy now. But yeah. So the Miami thing surprised me, getting back to that. And I was surprised more people weren't talking about why it wasn't in season versus in between seasons and during the Sparklet Wars that are going on.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. And especially because the Sparklet Wars are in Vegas. Like,
Right.
it's not even in Miami. So you're it is a very odd timing. Yeah.
I like it though. It's like real life. There's stuff going on in different cities at the same time. You got to pick your mission, you know?
Yeah. Very interesting there. All right.
Didn't they do that? Didn't they release 2 cities at once, or what was it when they something and you had to kind of like pick which place you wanted to go to, right?
They kind of did a shiny city and a lesser tier city.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
A ghetto and a really nice place. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still not too. We've had an episode called 2 Cities at One Time. We've talked about it over the years. You know, you got to release like two nice tier 1 cities at the same time and make somebody choose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 cities at one time. If you had $1 million UpX, what would you do? 2 cities at one time.
Oh, I got a fun. Well, I guess it's not a fun question, but I got an interesting question before we go. You know, they had the fires out here, you know, in Los Angeles, the big areas, the Palisades, whatever. What is that? What happens in Upland then? Like, you know, so all those places, all those addresses and stuff are gone. Are they going to update or do like?
I mean, those addresses aren't gone, just the buildings on those addresses, right? Like, I don't know, like,
are they going to rebuild it all the same though? Like, I wonder, you know, like,
can't imagine it would be the same, but yeah.
Yeah, like so, like that's what I'm saying. Like the addresses are probably going to end up shifting around. I don't know. I don't know how.
Why would the address is related to the proper, like the actual, and not like the building.
I guess they probably know the property line still too. I just assume that it's like a mess that they're like, I don't know if that was your part of the land or mine. You know, like I don't know if it's like people.
No, if you go, if you had a house, if you had a yard, you would know where your yard ended.
That's true. That's true. I guess. Yeah, I guess they would.
Like, I don't think like that's not. It's not a
I don't
know.
I don't know.
Like, it's not like there was string between everybody's houses and then all the string got burnt. We're like, I don't know, Bob.
It's a good point. All right, I was thinking without thinking. You're right.
All right.
Well, hey, Metaventure actually says there's lots of talks about rezoning. So that's true. If they rezoned, if they did things like that, then
all right, so maybe there is something to it. Okay.
So you did say that you would give us an update there on the Spark Exchange at some point before we wrap up.
And I absolutely planned to when we were done with LeftHouse. And honestly, like Almost Human is making me not want to give an update, just because he is being such on one. Yeah, like
I was just trying to wrap the show. Sorry, I wasn't even.
No. Again,
I just wanted to make sure we covered all our bases of what we said we'd talk about tonight.
Yeah, no, and again, 100% was planning on giving an update on the Spark Exchange. So it is still down. Stosh is still working on catching up the chain. I have pushed it to be a priority because obviously with the wars coming, it is an integral part. It is a prime time for the exchange. I'm not giving any advice on if you should put more in or where it's going to go. I am just here as a product advisor. And in that, I technically do have a new playable version of the Block Explorer combat game. I tested it out. I don't want to say anything too discouraging to the dev team publicly, because honestly, like, we haven't had a chance to go and actually like sit down with them and walk through with what they've built. But where it's at now, I really don't want to show it because I'm not really happy with where it's at visually and some of the components working the way I would expect it to. But it is progressing. So the GAT Studio team is still on the job. They are still building it out. It's built in Unity. It's going to be WebGL. It is really cool. It will have the APIs to pull in your block explorers that we'll use. the functionality from Vibes. And I know TM, if you're still in the audience, I know you had questions on the new Block Explorers, on whether or not they would be Vibe ready. They will be. If they're not already, they definitely will be. That is a priority. But full transparency, like it's a very limited team that's running it right now. So I do apologize. I would have expected it to be up much sooner, just being honest. And I'm not trying to throw Stosh under the bus at all, because he is super busy. And like, not to say he's got some new and exciting projects he's also working on, but he's got his work life and he's got some other stuff that he's putting together. So it is all in the works. I do apologize. I wish I had better update for you guys today on it. But just know it is a priority. The exchange, is the foundation. Spark Tycoon is the foundation of everything that's being built next. And what is being built next, to me, is going to be kind of a game changer. But I'm not even going to tease that yet, because I've told Stosh, if we don't get the base done, we're not going to have an audience. Like, we're not going to have anybody who believes in the project. I hear you guys loud and clear. C Prado hears you guys. Please continue, you can provide your feedback on the Discord. She does listen to it. She does relay it back to the leadership team, and the leadership team does try to give her updates, but it is definitely not as frequently, I know, as she would like, and I know it's not as frequently as you guys would like, and I appreciate that. So I understand your frustration. If I was on the other side of this, I would 100% be in the same boat as you guys. Just know, I also found out that there was another exchange that went dark and took people's UpX and stuff like that. That will absolutely not happen. I will not let that happen. That to me is an unacceptable outcome. If you have UpX in the Spark exchange, I fully expect you to be able to get it out and get it back into Upland, or to use it. That to me is a non-negotiable. I will have that. I'm not even going to go down that path, because I know that that's just not where we're at all. So anyway, there you go.
That's it.
Yep. That's the upgrade.
I can't wait to see what you got there. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Props to all you guys.
Yeah, no, and it's actually really the monetization element of it, it is very difficult, right? It's very difficult to balance, giving the community what they need, giving the utility, giving the functionality, and building something that can have value. Now, that being said, as the product manager, I definitely have a lot of creative input into ensuring, if you know anything about me and my stance on NFTs and this gaming market that we're in, it's that the first money in needs to be the most valuable. If you bought in early, you should get a distinct benefit in one way, shape, or another versus everybody else. That is a fundamental piece to me on how I believe all blockchain related enterprises should be, is that first money in should be rewarded. And I can promise you that as long as I'm leading the product team, that all of you that have spent time and effort building into Spark Tycoon, unlocking your vibes, doing the stuff now while it's still in very early days, my goal is to ensure that you're rewarded. And I know that this is probably not a great example, but anybody who knows me from UpX world as well, I continue to bring all of those Genesis Xlanders with me. Any project I do, I don't forget them. I always want to try to give them what they have. I have a list of who I owe what, in one day, when it hits, you will not be forgotten. That is my personal promise to you. If you've been a longtime follower and supporter, you are not forgotten. The reason I get out of bed and put myself through it to try to get these projects happening is for all of the early adopters and the people that have continued to show support over the last half a decade at this point through thick and thin. Like, you guys are my family, and that's what we're doing it for. And like, no matter what, like, that's why I'm doing it. So anyway.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
That's
it's not
awesome.
hair gel, their Level Up tech. It's hair grease. It's Murray's. The orange can with the two faces, the afros on it. I've been using that since I was 16.
I'm just glad it's not something about Mary. That's all.
Yeah.
LeftHouse, thank you so much for joining us. You have anything else before we get out of here for the week?
No, just go check out the theater, all you Uplanders. Go down to 470. What is it? 470 Peninsula in San Francisco, down in Little Hollywood, down on the right corner, and visit the theater. Check it out. I'm going to go in there and DJ after I leave here. Actually, I'm going to go do a.
Oh yeah.
Set.
Go
Yeah.
check him, DJ. Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
ThankMeLater, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, it's been good. See you next week. We'll be closing up to April Fools. That any announcements starting next week start to be
Are sus.
Go.
They're definitely sus. Anything next week?
Thank you guys so much for having me on. Thanks everybody who tuned in, and it's always fun chatting and hanging with you guys. It's the best.
Yeah.
For real.
Definitely check out Whoopie Whoopie and the Indie and all the movies going on at the LeftHouse Theater. And definitely tune in tomorrow for the next Uplander in the 31 Uplanders in 31 Days series. Everybody be safe, have fun, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Xperts podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the Metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby. UP